Well, all right then. That was a total snooze of a Monday. I'm up $3.54. Pretty much what that means is I didn't do any trading today. I actually did two trades. One was a small green one, and the other one was a small red one. They kind of canceled each other out. I was constantly looking for something else, but we didn't really see it. That's honestly kind of understandable. If we just come here to my day trading portfolio and we go to my P&L calendar, January, obviously, that was a rough month, but we've been cleaning up a little bit, so it's been nice, but it's been slow. Look at this. On Thursday, I did 2 trades, and I did 3 trades, and I did 7 trades. Then on Tuesday, I did 5 trades. Wednesday, 7 trades. Thursday, 7 trades. Friday, 6 trades. And then today, 2 trades. And it's just like, it's going so slow right now. Usually I'm, doing around 25 trades a day, like minimum, sometimes, 30, 40 trades on those hotter markets. So it just feels so weird not really trading right now because it's ultimately my job. I'm going to work and I'm not doing anything. But trading is one of those jobs where sometimes not doing anything is really the best thing. And today was one of those days. So I do want to talk a little bit about why I didn't trade anything today. But right before we go ahead and do that, I want to say a big thank you to everyone that's constantly taking part in our polls and helping TradeJournal keep developing and become more beneficial for everyone. So if you guys remember, 3 weeks ago we had this poll: how would you guys like to import trades into TradeJournal? Right now you could do the classic CSV file where you download a CSV file from your broker and then you have to convert it so it's the right format, and then you can import it to TradeJournal. For a lot of new people, that's like that extra few minutes of like trying to figure out how it works. So I understand it's not ideal. We just wanted to get something up and running, but it looks like most people want the API broker import, and trust me too. So we're working on that. That's on our backlog, and hopefully we can get that out as soon as possible for you guys. I think this is going to be huge, and we want to do this thing where it will start importing your trades before you log into TradeJournal. So it's like your personal assistant where you log in the morning, it says, hello, we've already imported your last 25 trades from yesterday. Would you like to match them yourself or add more detail, or should we just complete the import process? So we got a lot of fun things there to do. And also, quick reminder, guys, this is totally free, so there is no cost for you for using TradeJournal analytics and the import wizard. So I hope you guys appreciate that. But going forward, we do have the mentorship content. Right now, that is like one-on-one mentorship. So if somebody wants to come to me for, let's say, small cap momentum day trading, I can make my portfolio subscribable to you, and then you could see my content, or we could set up one-on-one calls or something like that, whatever kind of we decide to do. But as a trader, and especially as a new trader, I know you want to try so many different things. And even where I am in my trading career, sometimes I want to try a little bit of options. I want to do a little bit of this, maybe learn a little bit more about trading large caps, swing trading, investing, fundamentals, so on and so forth. And that's why we do interviews with our community to learn more about everyone's trading style. So I was thinking it'd be so cool if we had a bunch of mentors posting quality content that you could constantly be exploring and trying different things. With trading, it's always one of those things because the grass is always greener on the other side. It's like, this person's killing it with options, but there's always those lulls too. So even though it might look better, the grass is greener on the other side, most of the time every strategy has its ups and downs. So it's really good to nail one thing first. But once you nail that one pattern, or you're still exploring different things, it is nice to see those different things, see what's available. So we were talking about, should we go like a Skillshare model where, a user pays a one-time subscription and gets access to all the content, or is more like a Udemy approach better where, people can sell access to their portfolios, that's trades, watch lists, analytics, lessons, so on and so forth, one-on-one. And what we did was we made a poll here, and for some reason it doesn't show how many people voted. Oh yeah, there it is, 24 votes. And we had 75% of the people say they were more interested in a one fee, and then you get access to all the mentorship content, which totally makes sense. It's a little bit easier. There's a lot of really expensive trading online learning sites, where you're paying a couple $100 a month, you're paying, a couple $1,000 to get access to it. And these are all different traders with different strategies. So if you want to try out different stuff, it's really, really expensive. So it'd be really nice if there was just one paid account and then you get access to all this different content. And you guys voted, and that's what you guys really are interested in doing. So if we come up here a little bit more, I made a new poll here. We got another survey for everyone, and I'd love to have your guys' feedback. Again, you guys have been so helpful, especially not just with the voting, but also, giving me direct feedback. If it's via the leave additional information on the forums, or if it's, direct messaging on Discord. So we have a new survey for everyone right here. The link's also in the Discord, so I would be super stoked if you guys took a minute to let me know your thoughts. We already got some really, really interesting feedback, and I can't wait to share it with you guys as well, because you guys left some really interesting things here for this survey, which talks about potential pricing. So again, I really do appreciate it, and excited to see what more people think, and also share that information with you guys down the road, so we can all help turn TradeJournal into the platform that we all want, and making it the best financial educational platform out there. So with that said, let's dive into the tickers we traded today, and also just the overall charts. And I want to give a good little overview here. So we have Bitcoin up 7.55% today. This is the futures based on the Eastern Standard Time Zone. So that's a pretty big move for Bitcoin. Anything over 5% is a pretty big move for Bitcoin. It trades a little bit more like a large cap nowadays. So this is really something worth noting. And if you come down, actually, let me close my swing trade portfolio and then open this a little bit here. You'll see we have Mara, and we had Riot on this list as well earlier, and those are two classic crypto stocks that you see popping up all the time. So okay, a lot of eyes on the crypto right now. We also have the SPI at a total crossroads, and we were talking about this a bit in the Discord this morning, where we broke above the 180-day SMA. So this is really, really good momentum here, and it's actually quite a bullish sign, and we're having a healthy pullback back to this 180-day SMA, and this could be a launch pad for some really good continuation. And fundamentally, the economy is doing quite well. However, for every positive catalyst, I feel like there's an equal negative catalyst, such as the conflict between Russia, Ukraine, and what feels like the rest of the world. We have the interest rates increasing, which I feel like is priced in a little bit, but then we have a bunch of companies coming out with earnings that are really tampering down their guidance. And then on top of that, the supply chain issues just don't seem to be going away. The All In podcast, I don't know if you guys follow that podcast, but it's between 4 different billionaires who are really experts in their own niches, and they just kind of have this really, really good open dialogue. And based on their comments and the experts they interviewed, it seems like the supply chains are only getting worse, and based on their predictions, it could easily keep on going for another year and a half or so. And the problem with that is that's a big cause for the high inflation and also snowballing effects for more economy problems. So it's just like, it's so hard to pick a direction for the SPY right now, and you can really feel it intraday, where it just doesn't feel like it has a good direction. So there's that uncertainty in the market. So with all this going on, and usually I'm not crazy about macro when it comes to day trading small caps, but right now with all this going on, and this has been the case for the last few weeks, small caps have really taken a back seat, and it's been really, really hard to trade, or not even to trade, just to find good tickers. And if there is a ticker, it's not really that good. It's, up 30-40%, which is nothing in the small cap world. So then it's really hard to trade. So when I was looking at the scanners this morning, I was like, oh man, this is not looking good. I'm really just not excited with what we're seeing. And then PTON, Peloton, ends up being really the ticker that I actually end up focusing on, which was just kind of mind-blowing in and of itself, because usually I'm not really so focused on these kind of tickers for day trading. But if you look at Peloton, this is a classic ticker that, is like, 85% off its highs. We're seeing this across the sector. I mean, most of my swing trades, most of the stocks I'm looking for starting to accumulate, they're all down like 80%, some are down like 90+%. And they're companies with like that are sitting on cash, they're expanding, they're overall quality companies, but they're just totally off their highs. So it could be a really good time to accumulate those certain companies, even if the market does continue selling off, is what I'm thinking. Anyway, Peloton is out right now on catalyst for a potential merger or an acquisition, basically being gobbled up by one of the larger companies. However, their CEO doesn't seem too interested in that, so I'm not really sure if it's going to go through. Anyway, I'm not so interested in the specific news. I just wanted to let you guys know why it's moving today. I honestly really think the reason it's moving today is just because it was so far down. So once you're so far down and you stretch the rubber band so far, at one point, it just snaps and it bounces 20, 30, 40%. That's just what happens. We've been seeing it across the board. Clove, for example, had like a 40% bounce. There's no news. There's no reason for a 40% bounce besides purely technical. And that's really what we're seeing across the board with a lot of these companies where, this ticker had a triple bottom from, the sellers just stopped, and then whack, this ticker moves 50%. So crazy. But in terms of day trading, it wasn't like a beauty to trade. Pre-market, this thing wasn't really doing too much, and what it was doing was a little bit slow. So all these moves right here, I mean, this is like a 10% move, which for me is nothing. I like to look for 10% 1 minute candles, so I'm not really super interested. However, this ticker did have that potential for a red to green move here. I did initially try for this entry here, but I missed it by like a few cents. Then I got this entry and sold a little bit too quick, but backside ticker, I'm not usually super interested in doing. Then we were approaching support. I started accumulating here. It did sell off, and then I closed on as we were approaching the retest. I think I was trading this ticker a little bit too much like a small cap and not enough like a large cap, because if I like this trading style right here is really good for small caps. You want to be a little bit quicker, but with large caps, you typically want to let your trade ride a little bit because it does take a little bit longer for it to come to fruition and play out. And then I did have a limit order here. I missed this one by just a few cents. I really like this support zone that we were approaching. So I don't know, with PTON, I just was never really that super in the flow, which is fine. Like I'm really not kicking myself about this one. Like it's totally out of my wheelhouse, so I'm not like devastated that somehow I gave back my profits or I didn't really make any profits. I would rather have a scratch day than a red day, and today's just, for me personally, if I kept on trading today or if I was like really searching for something, I probably would have tripped over myself, or the chances of me tripping over myself and losing money I think would be much higher on a day like today rather than, making money. So I don't feel so bad. I do feel like it's maybe worth watching the market a little bit longer because some of the stocks we're looking to start buying back for swing trading, for example, are kind of in these interesting zones where they're really starting to stagnate and their last bounces were very weak. So I have limit orders ready to go on these kind of tickers. For example, with Clove, I just have one share here so I can put it on my list, and that's pretty much how it's looking across the board. Coin, really big move. So I'm waiting to see if it will ever come back down again. I mean, I think Coin is a great buy. It's probably the best one on this list. But all these tickers are just so depreciated from their highs. Least of all Coin, but still. So, I'm thinking I'm just going to watch the market overall a little bit more, see if we can start accumulating more of our swing trades. A few of them I already started buying back into, like Oatly, for example, buying in these bigger support zones. But I didn't really feel like I really wanted to size in so much. So I think like with LMND, it's like one of my bigger swing trade positions right now, about like a $5,000 position size. But I want to start accumulating these again to like minimum $5,000, ideally around $10,000, maybe even a little bit more if we get the chance. So that's what I'm waiting for. I'm not just super optimistic that a lot of these are just going to have a huge reversal right now. So I'm just kind of still sitting in my hands, and yeah, I think that's all I can really do at the moment. So slow day for me. But it was a good day to just mentally prep for the week and make sure I have my bearings right. And the last thing I actually want to mention here is the holidays coming up. So 2022, the next holiday here is Washington's birthday. And right now I'm watching the John Adams series on HBO Max, and it is pretty good. So I feel like I'm extra pumped for this holiday. But yeah, so Monday, February 21st, that means I'm going to be taking that Friday off. And if we just come back to the calendar here, the 21st, what is that? That is right here. So I'll be taking Friday off. So yeah, that will be a nice little 3-day or 4-day weekend. So we got this whole week to really squeeze out as much as possible. And then next week is going to be a short week for me. And then the week after is also going to be a short week for me. And that pretty much wraps up February at that point. So it's crazy. I mean, the month obviously ends on the 28th, but it's going to fly by. And then after that, I'll be back in Europe for a little bit, just a few weeks. Then I'm actually going to be going to the Northeast for a little bit as well. So yeah, that should get interesting. Anyway, guys, I hope you had a better start to the week than me. Regardless, thanks for tuning into this recap video. I'll see you guys then first thing tomorrow morning for tomorrow's recap. Like always, don't forget to drop a like on the way out. Consider subscribing if you're new. And like always, stay safe and make some awesome trades. Ciao, ciao.